So did you know that Martin Luther King stood up and gave a speech? Did you know that that same speech is repeated every day of our lives and everybody has to live for it or die for it, one of the two? Did you know that Martin Luther King was one of the few liberators for equality for all people? His speech rang true with a lot of people. His speech not just spoke to the millions that were standing in his presence in Washington, D.C., but it stood true to the millions living every day of their lives fighting for freedom. Black history isn't just about blacks. It's about everybody coming together and understanding that history is our history. Our history is by the people who write it, who live it, who know it, who inspire you to be the best that you can be. The I Have a Dream speech has spoke to millions of people and will speak to millions more down the road. And that speech will live on in history. Because it's not just the blacks who have to remember history, it's the everyday people who have to remember that history is written by the people. The people who write the history know what's going to happen. Know that if we do not remember history, we're doomed to repeat it. Did you know that history is like a book? Did you know that the black people fight every day of their lives, just like the LGBT community fights every day of our lives to survive in this world? This isn't just about one race of people, it's about all people. It's about people being people, it's about people loving people, it's about people being respectful of all people. The man, the mystery, the good fortune that he brought to America in his speech, the conversations that sit around the dinner table and happen every day of our lives are history making. The people who want to have those conversations, who want to have that love in their life, who want to have that meaningful friendship with somebody, who want that undying, unwaveringly understanding. There are people out there. I found one. I haven't found anybody else, but I found one. But it's about us. It's about us being true, respecting all people, showing love to all people, and never giving up. Martin Luther King didn't give up. Rosa Parks didn't give up. The social fighters of America are not gone. They're just in history. Meet the man behind the dream, behind the speech, behind every movement, the social leader of the community, as you know it, is this man, Mr. Martin Luther King Jr. For all the things that we talk about, the people's history is something you can't overlook. Take a look at this.
I have a dream that one day, down in Alabama, with its vicious racists, with its governor having his lips dripping with the words of interposition and nullification. One day right there in Alabama, little black boys and black girls will be able to join hands with little white boys and white girls as sisters and brothers. I have a dream today.
So if the man couldn't make an impact, he could make a statement. 32 seconds, and the statement was made. As loud as even you and I could talk. But there's one other person who made a statement, who took up residence on an Alabama bus line in Mobile, who said that she wasn't willing to give up her seat because they moved the line. But here it is.
December 1st, 1955, for refusing to stand up on the orders of the bus driver after the white seats had been occupied in the front. And of course I was not in the front of the bus as many people have written and spoken that I was, that I got on the bus and took the front seat, but I did not. I took a seat that was just back of where the white people were sitting.
So the woman, the man, the history that was made in this year. How Black history is written, Black history is created. How the people write history is really how we reflect on it. These are all the things that have happened in history, and history hasn't let us down yet. This is history. What happens is history. Stay tuned. And that is history, ladies and gentlemen. That is what people need to realize. History is written when people speak. This man spoke. The mirror of his soul. The purposes that he remembers. The speech that lives on forever. So, I took a page out of history. I actually created my own history. Because I truly believe that Black history is the people's history. I truly believe that any type of history is everybody's history. This is why I created this. This is going to premiere on YouTube, and it's going to premiere on Facebook. It's going to premiere wherever videos are available. So if you're one of these types who likes to talk about history, then let's talk. Stay tuned for a very special premiere, and I'll see you there. Happy weekend, everyone.